Hi, my name is Mark Sirota. I'm the Chief Photographic Officer at Polaroid Fotobar. Welcome to our series on tips for better smartphone photography. Tip number 1, focusing your smartphone. When you're looking at your phone and you're posing a subject, you'll find a green box in the center of the camera. Touch that green box at the spot where you want to focus, and then wait. It's very important that you give the camera a chance to focus on the subject. Make sure the box is in the center of the subject. Sometimes when you turn a little to the right or a little to the left, the camera tends to back focus. If there's a subject within a few feet or even a far distance away, the camera could search, find that, and your picture will be out of focus. So when you're trying to ensure that your subject is razor sharp, you will be able to do so by utilizing the green focusing box. When you're doing portraits, it's especially important because people should be as sharp on the nose and the eyes as possible. When you're printing your pictures using the Polaroid Fotobar, it's even more imperative that your pictures are razor sharp. When you're using sunsets and landscapes or scenic photography, then it's a lot easier. You don't necessarily have to touch the box in a specific spot where you want to show the subject, but you should enable yourself to have the entire background razor sharp. When posing your subjects, you want to be able to differentiate between portraits and landscapes. When you're doing a sunset or a scenic picture, let's say the Eiffel Tower, you want to have your camera horizontal. You want to make sure your horizon line is even on both ends, so the picture doesn't appear to be spilling off. Look at photographs for these examples of water. If the photo is off balance to the left or to the right, it'll look like the water is spilling off the page. You want to make sure that that horizon line is right on and perfectly symmetrical so that the picture doesn't look bad. People don't understand what they like or don't like about photography. They just make up their minds upon looking at it. So you want to make sure that the horizon is straight and the photograph is sharp. When shooting a portrait, if you're doing a single person portrait, you want to be vertical. If you're doing 2 people or more, you tend to want to go into a horizontal mode. Again, keeping the subject sharp is crucial. How to do that is to keep your subjects on the same horizontal or vertical plane. If you have a person here and here, you want to make sure they're on the same plane. If they're back here and one's up here, you're going to tend to see this person out of focus and this person out of focus. So to be sure that your portraits are razor sharp, you want to make sure that you have them on the same vertical and horizontal plane. And what I mean by vertical plane is if someone's sitting down like I am today and a person is standing up behind them, you want to have them as close to the subject in the front as possible. The farther back that vertical subject is, the more difficult it's going to be to keep focus razor sharp on both subjects. So let's go back to what we discussed in this tip. First of all, make sure your shot is focused. Use the green box in the viewfinder to do so. Let's make sure that your horizons are straight, and especially in landscape and scenic pictures. And let's also make sure that your subjects are on the same vertical and horizontal plane. Last but not least on these tips is try different angles. Go high and shoot down on your subject. Come low and shoot up on your subject. Change the look. Be willing to move your camera in different directions. Okay? Make sure that it's sharp when you're looking through, and the best thing about it is to flip the screen around and be able to see how the subject is, if it's sharp and in focus. I would not tend to do too many low-angle portraits. When you're coming from below and shooting up on a person, you tend to shoot up a person's nose. By doing so, you give them a horror lighting type effect, and you see the 2 dark circles in their nose. So for better photos on portraits, landscapes, make it sharp, make the horizontal, vertical, horizon correct, and keep your subjects on the same plane.